So today I'm going to build a very basic drum matrix in Pro Tools. First thing I want to do is I want to go to Track, Create New. You can use the shortcuts if you want. I'll use Stereo, Aux, an additional stereo Midi track. Choose Create. Then from there I'm going to insert Expand 2. Expand 2 has some very good simple sounds that can be used for this. From there I'll choose from its factory defaults, go to drums. I'm just going to use a pop drum kit. This way I know where all of the drum hits are that I need to use. I can close that because I don't need it anymore. Then from here I'm going to choose my out channel 1 so that it matches what's being done in Expand. So then when I hit with record enable hit, if then I play off the keyboard, I'm ready to go, and I'm going to record the MIDI data right on this track here. So my grid is set to 16th notes. Then I'm going to hit record, play. I have a slight count in. Doesn't matter because I'm not going to line it up to the grid. Hit stop. Those ones are now recorded. Now here's a nice little trick that comes with this. I'll select the region that I've done, go up to Event, and this Event menu is where most of the operations that I need for MIDI are. I'm going to go to Event Operations window, and I'm going to select to split notes. From here I'm going to choose All Notes, go down to the bottom, I'm going to do Split Notes, copy them to their own new track, hit Apply, and you can see what's taken place here is it's taken each one of the notes from here and given them each their own sound, or their own channel. I'm now going to remove those because I don't need them. Just delete them off of there. Hold down Option and click so that I disable the recording on all those. Also, Option here to deselect all of them together. I'm going to call this my drums. I'm going to skip that one in a minute. I'll use closed. This is open hat, closed hat, snare, and kick. Click OK. I don't need this track anymore because it's been split into the 4 individual tracks. Now notice I have a quarter note that sits right at each one of these locations, and then I want to play right across here, and I can very simply go up and grab my pencil tool, right click to get the line, then click, and if I click and drag, I can get them all. Typically you don't hit a closed hat and an open hat at the same time. I'll delete those. The other thing you rarely do is if you watch snare drummers, they rarely are hitting the hat and the snare at the same time. I'm going to delete any of those hits that fall in that same spot as well. You can build this however you'd like. This will seem pretty stale and pretty defined as far as how it plays. So I'll grab my selector tool, select this area, make sure I'm on loop here, right click, hit loop. Then as I hit play, it can continue to loop if I keep that loop keep that loop selected. The other thing I can do is I can go in and change the velocity on each one of these. I can use a drop down menu, go over here and just change this to velocity, and you'll notice the velocity lines appear here. I'll grab my hand selector tool, slide across all of them. Now I can adjust each one of them together so they're similar levels. I'll drag those all the way to the top because I like lots of kick. I can go back in and change them later. Click again here, get my velocity, select all the way across, and raise those up together. Hi-hat, do the same thing if I want to. Hi-hat needs this because these are so loud. Then as I have my loop feature selected, selector tool, grab across here. From there I can go in and modify each one of these individual sounds. If it sounds too computerized and too consistent, I want a little more human sound to it, I can adjust them individually. The other thing I can do now is grab all of these and then I can group them together. If I right click, I can come down here. Oops, there's consolidate. Where did my group go? There it is. Under clip again. Should have known it falls in with the Midi. Group those together. Now this is one group, so if I loop it or I copy and paste it, it's all going to function as one. So that was under clip, group, and I can move these parts back and forth. So that in essence is how you create a drum matrix. I can keep this, store it as a template, and continue to build off of there if I want to.